For 60 years, Recording for the Blind and Dyslexic has been helping thousands of wounded veterans and others with print disabilities gain access to the printed word as they travel the road to educational and professional success. It's been a long, hard road. Michael Jernigan and RFB&D.
I was a pretty good kid, raised in a typical military family.
Mike, as a child, was probably one of the most precocious young men that you could find.
When I was 23, getting close to turning 24, I was kind of like, I need something, I need a catalyst to get my life back on track. So I decided to enlist in the Marine Corps. And my dad was actually the officer that swore me in. I raised my right hand, and he's the one that read me the oath.
Being a Marine in a time of war is terrifying. When it's your son that's going out to do that, to succeed you, it's hard to take.
We got word that we were moving out to Fallujah, which then everyone's sitting there going, oh, wow, here we go. This mounted patrol came up. A buddy of mine was supposed to go on it, and I told him, hey, I'll take your spot, you're kind of tired.
August 22nd, 2004, in Stuttgart, Germany, I had the most devastating news of my life.
We're cruising down the street, and all of a sudden, boom! We got hit by a roadside bomb. I was blown 20 meters from the vehicle. My 45% of my cranium was crushed. My whole forehead's been replaced. I lost both my eyes.
At the very, very end of the first day, the brain surgeon came in and said, we don't know that Michael will come out of his coma. We don't know whether or not he'll be a vegetable. We have no idea. And that was the time that I kind of lost it. That's my son laying there.
When I first came out of my coma, I didn't know I was blind. I kept tugging at my face, trying to pull bandages off and everything, and I didn't kind of really know what to think. I was just kind of in limbo. It took me to a bad, dark, lonely place. Visual impairment is becoming one of the largest injuries suffered by veterans from Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. And a lot of it comes from blast injuries, the roadside bombs, these improvised explosive devices that you hear so much about in the media. One of the hardest things that I've had to deal with going blind is the loss of a sense of independence. I used to read a lot of books. When I was in the hospital and couldn't read, it makes you feel like you're not as good as the rest of the people out there. I knew there were books on tape through the Library of Congress. I had no idea that that RFB&D even existed. What I've learned about RFB&D, that it was started after World War II, and it was started for veterans coming back with the different disabilities they were suffering in the war. Right now I'm at Northern Virginia Community College, and with aspirations to transfer to Georgetown University to study international relations.
After he'd been in school for about a couple of weeks, I said, well, Mike, how you doing this? You're telling me about these papers you're writing, and he says, well, I have these audio textbooks, Dad. I'm able to, flip right through the assignments, the reading assignments, and I'm like, sweet, that's pretty good.
I first met Michael Jernigan, really, I guess maybe only about a month ago, and he was explaining to me how much education meant to him so that he can go on and have what he would feel is a more meaningful, productive life.
The textbooks I listen to allow me to do well in school, and by doing well in school, I'm gonna have that college degree. which is going to be that box I can check off on that employment application. You know, really and truly, without these textbooks, I could not get through school without them, which means I wouldn't have the same opportunities that I would have with them.
My son is a highly motivated, wounded Marine that is not letting anything stop him in the pursuit of his life, liberty, or his pursuit of happiness.
RFB&D is here to further our life.
For more information on how to become a member, volunteer, or supporter of RFB&D and its programs, visit rfbd.org/vet.